So one of the other areas, right, that we kind of focus on is labor. We have a really hard time finding cooks that want to work in healthcare. And it surprises me in the sense that it's a really fun gig because it's one of those places where you may have to work every other weekend, but generally you're home by 8 o'clock. And why would you want to work in a restaurant where you're there till 2 a.m.? It doesn't make sense. But we have a hard time finding labor. And I'm sure everybody has a hard time finding labor. Another part is with our labor, we are in the midst of having to train people who may not have a strong culinary background, right? We're looking to train dishwashers up to cooks. We're looking to train our tray line staff up to a cook, right? That's a hard and strong lift to try to get somebody to where they need to be in a short period of time. So how can your product help me do that? How can your product help improve my labor? How can your product go through multiple applications? How can your product be created, fabricated, made so somebody with limited culinary skill can succeed at it, right? And that's a hard ask of you all, right? Because it puts you into a situation now where you're looking at it like, okay, chef, how can I use your pot roast as more than that? Or how can I use your pot roast and tell somebody who's never cooked before in his or her life how to make that, right? So that's something that's key, and that's something that we're really looking at our reps and our team to say, hey, we're in this together. We're going to benefit, right? I'm going to bring your product in. It's going to be a symbiotic relationship, but I need help from you. So how can you help me do that, right? And that's a big thing. And so we need items that are easily prepared, right? Pot roast is a great example. I love it. Open the bag. I can put it in a container. I can put it in the oven and let it go. And it's going to turn out great. Or I can put it on a slicer, and I can slice it cold, and suddenly it's a sandwich, right? I can get staff to do that. As a whole is going to be pushing out what we're calling our Trinity Healthy Initiative. So as we start building meals and we deem healthy, they need to be under 700 milligrams of sodium per meal. They need to be under 7 grams of saturated fat per serving. So those are huge plays. If you have stuff that can do that and help us, sweet, I'm gonna bring you guys in all day. Because it's really hard to meet that criteria, because I take a chicken breast that already has 200 milligrams of sodium in the thing, and I wanna put marinara sauce on that, which has like 700 milligrams of sodium in it. I can't call it healthy anymore, right? So how can you help me do that with some of the products that you have that may be on the lower sodium side, so that I'm not jumping into the deep end and not being able to get out of it. But one of the things we know is we lack space, right? We have 4 walls. We can only hold so much product. So the product that we bring in here is very strategic. Pot roast, for example, your pot roast, which is a wonderful product, right? We're going to bring it in here. But we need to know we can use it in multiple ways, right? And that's one of the things that I think when I talk to some food reps, some brokers, is tell me how I can use your product as more than just pot roast. What am I going to do with that? Because if I can only use a product for one thing, I'm not bringing it in here. If I can only use tomatoes because I'm going to put them on a hamburger, Guess what? Nobody's going to get a frickin' tomato here because I'm not going to do it, right? I need to know the products you're selling, how can I use it in more than one application? And that's key because your product, anybody's product, is going to take up space either in my cooler, which is extremely valuable real estate, or it's going to take space on a counter somewhere, which, again, valuable real estate. How am I going to use it?
Nice, simple recipe, but we jazz this up a little bit. So this is the pot roast that we are working with. Roasted Redskin quarters. There's caramelized onions in there, baby carrots. The pot roast itself was roasted for almost 3 hours at a pretty high temperature. Also liquid in there as well. We have pimento that is sitting on the bottom of this. It gives a nice creamy and just different texture with it.
Crispy part of the pot roast I saved, and I made a yellow barbecue sauce with a grilled pretzel bun, and just mixed it all up. This is all the scraps, like the burnt parts or the well cooked parts, so you're not wasting anything. And just put it together. Pretty simple.
We are here today with Chef Chris, and he is demonstrating how to properly cut 3 to 4 ounce slices of our low sodium gluten-free pot roast. Take the full clod and slice it in half, and then stand the 2 halves on end with the flat cut side down. Then slice the pot roast into 1/4 inch slices, and that should yield 3 to 4 ounce portions. Place the sliced portions back into the serving tray with the juices from the cooking process in the tray to keep the pot roast moist and delicious for your guests. Thanks for watching our demonstration. Please contact us for nutritional information and samples.